very, really good. 2021 was a breakout year for the Philippine startups, but with the FinTech focused companies taking the lion's share of the more than $1 billion in raised capital in that year. How will initiatives like this, innovation festival, and launching of this innovation campus accelerate our position to be the next center of gravity of the digital transformation or digital landscape? And follow-up to that is, how will an initiative like this change the digital landscape in PSA and the Asian region?
So I'll start siguro. That the festival itself, separate from the facility. The festival is a celebration, and I think this is one of the very few times after the lockdown that we've all been able to come together in a safe venue. So we said, okay, let's celebrate. So it became a festival. Of course, we could have done just a simple ribbon cutting, but we thought, hey, let's celebrate that we're now going into another stage of our economy where it's opening up. And what way to celebrate it than to celebrate it with a theme of innovation. And as you also know, we have a lot of guests from government that we've been lucky to have them over. In the next 3 days, they will be here to also partake in the conversation about innovation, transformation for ease of doing business, anti-corruption, improving government service. And I think earlier in the speech of USEC Almirol, he mentioned about e-governance. So UnionBank has been doing a lot of work in the areas of automating government agencies. As part of our business to provide digital payments, digital transaction, and part of our advocacy to also educate the stakeholders. That's why Michelle and Eve have created the accelerator program, the AITV program, etc. So we have to start somewhere, and this festival hopefully punctuates the start of that initiative. And you know this, you've heard this so many times over. We need to digitize or perish as a nation. I think there's no better time than now, and hopefully this is a start of it. And with you here, I am confident the word will spread, and you will carry the good news throughout the country also. So that's our intention. Maybe you can answer that.
Yeah. Okay, so just a quick one. So startups and fintechs. No? So maybe what I'd like to share first and foremost is that we embrace them. Our mentality is, our belief is that they have unique value that they bring, and we have our unique value as well, and if we collaborate, yung iba kasi parang they look at the fintech startup, what are they doing? We're bigger, we're gonna see what they're doing, we'll do it ourselves and kill them. Sa amin hindi. We believe that they're part of the ecosystem, they have unique values and ours. If we put together, we can serve the Filipinos better. So what have we done? From a tech perspective, we have our API gateway. It's a technical term, but basically what it means to the layman is we have exposed our capabilities. So if you're a fintech, you have an application, you can actually embed, we call it embedded or invisible banking. It could be fintech ABC, and then I can put InstaPay, bills payment, buy load in my app. But you don't know what's powering it is UBP. You don't see it anymore. But a lot of fintechs today actually consume our capabilities, but it's already embedded in their app. You don't have to use our app, you can use their app, but it's actually powered by us. Why did we do that? If you look at it, it's a different mentality. We're sharing our capabilities versus like protecting them. And that's why your second point is yung concept of don't give them the fish, teach them how to fish. So whether they're SMEs, startups, etc., it's not just about giving them loans so that they can get the financial services they can effective. We help see Sir James in the Eureka event before. We were talking to some startups, but we realized they don't have presence on the internet. Guess what? We ended up creating websites for them. Does the bank need to do that? Normally, no, but we want to go beyond and really help them do that. No? And just putting all these things together, I just want to stick with two so that it doesn't clutter it. But that's why in my personal belief, it became the darling of the fintechs. Because they know that we really want to collaborate with them, we empower them, and we do things for them. So that's it. Thank you.
And follow-up question to Mr. Duarte. I visited UnionBank's blockchain university back in New Ortigas back before the pandemic. But now you mentioned earlier that this Sand Hub Innovation Campus is designed to co-create innovative solutions. So what kind of products are you looking at? And do you have any specific innovation tools or innovative products that you are looking at?
So here, this is going to be a venue for co-creation and applying the techniques and the technologies such as blockchain to be able to figure out and introduce new banking solutions. We are working. I hope you get to tour the booths later. You'll get to see some of the different executions that we're doing with government, for example, right? We're doing executions to help and facilitate via our payments. We are doing executions to facilitate even payments for tax, I would call it case filings at the Supreme Court and the entire court system. No? These are all kinds of different communities, right, that need new ways of approaching these problems. These processes that have been used have historically been in there for so long. And some of them are quite inefficient. No? So by coming together here in a venue like this and applying technologies of all sorts, I mean, blockchain is just one device, right? I mean, there are so many other techniques involving data science, modeling, storing, all of these things that can be applied to solve those problems, right? So it's really about creating a venue where we can come together, and also in the cases where we also want to kind of like equip our collaborators, our partner collaborators, as we work on these projects, it can be a venue to skill them up and train them. And maybe that's a segue here for Michelle to talk about the kind of training programs that we could be running here as we attack.
There's no discrimination to the size of the partners.
No.
An individual partner or an industrial partner.
Oh yes, definitely. You'll see in our executions we have partners with down to smaller SME. Well, it's very hard to be working with individual SMEs. So when at that level, you have to be working with groups, and that's what I mean when I talk about communities, right? So if we're talking about mga samahan ng mga retailers or like we just came from Baguio. There's a program going over there where the local government wants to sort of like introduce digital payments using QR technology in the local markets, the web markets, and diba? So those are kinds of things. But it's not just a matter of going there and giving an internet connection. You really have to come up with new ways of solving, because there's some very real problems that need new ways of thinking to be addressed.
Yeah, I think in addition to that, in one of the, I think it would be this afternoon, that we would be launching a hackathon in partnership with DTI, and there will be 6 teams solving 2 problems from DTI on SMEs. So that's really something to watch out for, because and we plan to continue this because I think part of the whole agenda of teching up UnionBank is also teching up the country, and we are very open to partner, because when you innovate, you have to have diverse groups, and when you come together, the ideas become better, the executions become better, and in the process, we learn from each other, and that is important, that we actually allow ourselves to assimilate into this tech community and learn from each other. So that is really helping us also. Maybe you're wondering, why is UnionBank like a tech company? And that's really an aspiration. We want to be a tech company with a banking franchise. And so a lot of people, our people are really high tech, but also high touch. So the important thing is also to be human centered, as well as knowledgeable of all these technologies and how we can use these technologies to help elevate the lives of the communities where we serve.